I'm like starting the video with an illegal U-turn, which I didn't do. What is happening, Cup Bangers? How you doing? I've missed you. Haven't done this in a while, aside from the Ferrari video, obviously. I'm obviously sitting inside of the GT4 because I wanted to tell you a little bit about it and what's so exciting about this thing. Everyone's like, make a video about it, make a video about it. For those who don't understand the GT4 concept or what's so special about it, I'll just say it in the same way I told my beautiful wife, who, I love you, baby, and in no way I'm making fun of you or anything. She goes, what's so special about this car? Aside from the looks, right? So real quick, this is the first Cayman Boxster type of car that has the actual engine of a 911. So that's that. Obviously, aero, it's completely different. You have that big wing on the back. On the front, you have those big air intakes and a little bit more of aggressive body style. I think those are the most special points about this car and what's different about it, just in simple terms, right, for the end user. Now, let's jump into what I love about this car. There's so many things I like about this car. This is kind of weird because it's tripping me out how much I like driving this thing, even though it's a manual, and I'm all about comfort, and I'm all about like driving around the city without getting stopped and getting in my smart, jumping on sidewalks. I never said that, obviously not here in the US. That would be ridiculous. I'd go to jail. But yeah, I've been driving this thing up and down. I've been going to meetings in it, and aside from everyone calling me an asshole and a douchebag for showing up in a yellow Porsche, I don't care. It's an amazing thing to drive. Let me just say this is weird, because this might be the first time ever I can say, if I had to sell all of my cars and just keep one, which one would it be? I think this one would be the one, and it's really strange, because one, it's a slow car, but that's a very, very good thing, and by slow, please mean slow car comparing it to a hypercar or to any of those insane cars, right? So why is making it slow so much better, Alejandro? Oh, why are you such an asshole? You know, they're regular questions that you guys ask me all the time. So what I really appreciate about this car being slower than you know, the 918 or anything like that is, number one, the car corners really, really, really well, which obviously is something to enjoy and love. But because it corners that well and it's not that fast, you can enjoy more in between turns. Right? So you don't have to accelerate, and like in the 918 you take off and then you get to the next corner, you have to stop, go through the turn, and then accelerate again. Like in this one, it's more of an enjoyable process, and it's kind of weird how I'm enjoying that this much. The other thing I love about this thing is obviously it's a manual. The gearbox is to die for, along with the clutch. I'm not even going to dive into that because there's enough of the whole, oh, I love manuals in the last Grand Manual. The other reason why I can live with this thing every single day and not care is, forget about the audio system, which is awesome. It's obviously the Porsche infotainment system. It's got a lot of storage space. Shit. The trunk is actually a pretty good size, which is pretty good for a car this big, but inside you have a lot of storage. You even have fucking cup holders. You know how I love my cup holders, and all these other cars don't have any cup holders. Can a man get a cup holder? I got two in this. So that's another plus. For me, you guys can say, oh, because race car, because whatever. I like my cup holders, okay? You leave me alone. Sound like my wife without saying anything. What do you want for dinner? Whatever you want. Now, the other reason why I like this thing is, it doesn't matter if you're a great driver, if you're a rookie driver. I love heel towing a car. No question about it. It's the most fun because every now and then you'll fuck up and give it a huge rev or not brake properly. You know, one of the dumb things that I do. But this thing, once you put it in sport mode with this little button that's right here, the car does the rev matching for you. And I'm going to tell you what, and anyone that complains about this is an asshole, honestly. You can rev match the car if you don't put it in sport, or you can just let the car do it. But every single time you're driving and you want to listen to the engine whenever you're downshifting, which is a really cool thing about PDK transmissions, right? Whenever you're driving the car, do downshift and round, round, round. Everyone enjoys that noise. In here, you can do it in a manual, and to the outside world, you look like a champion, dude, when you're downshifting. Listen. Just like that. I don't know, I like being lazy every now and then, and whenever I want to work, I'll put in the work. But for now, I can just do this without worrying, and I don't have to wear my skinny shoes to be able to heel toe. That's right, I have skinny shoes for that. Oh! Noise. Obviously, the noise is a big one. I'm actually changing the exhaust in this. Why? Because why not? Life is too short not to do crazy shit to your car. The sound that... look how long it takes for me to get anywhere because the car is not that fast. I love that about this thing. It's a very comfortable car too. You wouldn't expect it, but it's spacious inside. You're not hitting yourself here. I'm not obviously very tall, I'm 5'11", but that's good enough for me. I obviously got the 918 seats in this because I wouldn't drive it every day, but if you really want to drive this every single day, all you need to do is get the automatic seats and you'll be set really for long trips or for anything you want. And the other thing that I really, really like about this thing is it doesn't matter if this is the entry-level Porsche, right? Because you're buying the Cayman, Boxster Cayman are the looked, you know, as the cheap cars for Porsche. Everywhere you look, every single button, every single piece of the dashboard, the carbon fiber, the leather, the same one that they use in the 918 or a turbo or any of the high-end cars. So you're not sitting in here saying, oh, well, it's got like the piece of plastic here. This car is freaking loaded, dude. And it looks exactly like those. I like that. There's something special about it. Obviously, the looks, you can't go wrong with the looks in the car. From all the way from that beautiful mouth that it has, all the way to its booty, I've no notes for anyone here. I didn't really like the taillights at first, but then I saw them last night on, and okay, I get it now. I get it now. Beautiful. The other one is noise inside of the cabin. Even though you're driving this, and listen, I'm driving it in sport mode, you can kill the exhaust, you kill the rev matching, everything. The car becomes quite quiet and there's no noise coming from the outside. This is really pretty much your everyday sports car because this is not a supercar. But my God, it's so enjoyable. Another amazing thing about this car is the steering. I know, I'm not gonna get into like the whole, oh, look at me, how well I drive, and the steering is amazing. But it feels really, really solid compared to everything else, even the GT3 RS. There's something about this that's more responsive towards all the input that I give to the car and the one that I'm receiving from the street. It's one of the best steering experiences I've ever had. That's crazy from this car. Who would have thought? I really got this car without thinking I was gonna like it this much. I thought, oh, it's the last manual, just buy it out of like, you know, love for the brand and love for what it is. But God. And obviously, aside from everything else, I love the fact that I spec'd out the car with everything that I wanted. I didn't have a chance in the 918 to do that, but I got a chance in this one and in Purple Haze, which is a GT3 RS. There's something special about like ordering your car, waiting the 6 months, receiving it, and just seeing it all come to life from what you saw on paper. It is pretty cool. Those would be really the reasons why I love this thing so much and why I think it's the perfect car if you could only have a sports car and an everyday car. It really is incredible how comfortable it is once you have it in the regular suspension settings. The steering, the gearing is smooth. The clutch is not brutal. What's there not to like about this? The best comparison I can probably make about this car is, you know that girl that you went to high school with? It was a little chubby, but she's kind of cute. But you're like, there's something going on between us. And then something happens after school and you end up sleeping with her and she's amazing in bed and she lost all the weight. Yeah, that's this. That's the best way to put it. Anyways, guys, I'm not gonna bore you anymore. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to show you the GT3 RS, and I'll talk to you soon. And we'll be back on this one once I get all the mods done that Sticker City is gonna do. Don't worry, we're not going crazy. Or are we? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. I'm gonna start giving away penis points, but now like for real. So I found a way to send them out. So if you won a bag with penis points, let me know in the comments down below and I'll pick one and you'll be the first one I send out my penis points to. Because we all know penis points are very sought after and they're doing really well in the economy, especially in this market. If you want to buy collectibles, you definitely need to save some penis points. So have a good one, guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.